Hey Capricorn, it's Jen with Lady Tarot 911. Welcome to the channel. How are you guys doing? It is your turn. We're going to do your January read. And for you Capricorn, the sun is traveling through your sign this month in January, and your self-confidence is going to be boosted. The second half of the month will bring you that clarity and focus. Like Scorpio, their month was split, so you might be countering some scorpionic energy, which is about transformation, death endings, which is very pertinent to the 2024-2025 kind of transition. At least the first half of the year is about endings and wrapping up old business, because 2025 is not going to allow us to continue on with anything that's just still frayed or strings attached and whatnot. The Mercury is also in Capricorn as of now. That happened on Wednesday, and this is going to be a good time for you to take plans and concrete them or make them solid, and also catch up on communications with people, whether that be email, through business, or getting in touch with friends and family, or tying up stuff with a relationship. However you connect with that, it'll be a great time towards the end of the month in January. What messages do you want me to give Capricorn? Well, that one. Stormy, psychic, look at that purple, and divine feminine. This could be a rise of your feminine energy. This is a time where the North Nodes, as of today, begin changing from Aries and Libra to Pisces and Virgo, which Pisces is a very watery, intuitive, emotional sign, and Virgo is a very practical, logical sign in South Node, where we tend to feel comfortable, and Capricorn, being very pragmatic, feels comfortable more with that Virgo energy. But the universe is going to start making you balance that out with the Pisces energy, with the North Node and the South Node being in Pisces and Virgo. It's a balancing out in that Piscean energy. You could be just like all the other signs that I've mentioned. I mean, the energy, we all live in the same energy. The zodiac signs individually are just degrees that are broken up and given names, but we're all connected. You have all the signs in your chart because it's all one energy. Everything's connected. Everything is energy. So everybody else's reads as well, just at a different angle, or they're dealing with things just a little differently. It hits differently for them, but it's the same type of ending. It might be stormy, wrapping up this stuff, having these communications, leaving places and locations, or just handling all the stuff that's left over to handle, or that we pushed off and didn't want to handle. And it looks like that's kind of what's going to be happening with the two purple colors. That to me is about freedom. So freedom from a job, freedom from something. And I think intuitively you're going to be getting hits about this. Now it almost looks like to me the boat might be traveling away from whatever energy. So you might be traveling or transitioning, or just making moves, making changes, and integrating with something else, whether it be a new job, a new relationship, going back to where you lived with family or friends, changing locations like I mentioned. And now there's going to be a transition of coming together, right, and overlapping. But then the first thing that came to mind was like codependency. But as you can see, as your feminine energy rises and it becomes a little more balanced on the side, I think that there's going to be a freedom into independence somehow, whether that's on a different path, whether that is broken away from this situation, or you finally got some issues or problems that have finally worked out or have been figured out. And again, you might not be traveling, or you might not hit this energy for whenever it hits or when you hit your time back up. Whenever you hit this energy on your timeline as you're traveling, is dependent on what timeline you're on. So you might not hit this energy, even though this is the energy that's pertinent in January. You might hit this energy at a different time on your timeline in a couple months. It could be the first half of January, the first 6 months of January, or of 2025, the first 3 months of 2025. Oh my gosh. Maybe you're having trouble getting something out, or maybe you're having trouble because you can't quite do something, because that whole example or explanation I was trying to give you did not come out nicely. Maybe that's an issue. Let's find out. I'm going to use these cards with you, and then I think I'll pull a Celtic cross and find out what's happening with the situation. Like, driving down a road, like I mentioned in another video, and there's a pothole in the road. Well, that pothole is always going to be there, but people are going to reach that pothole as they're driving past at different times. And that's the same example that, and I do not take credit for that example. Most of what I have learned is from Steve's Love Tarot. So I do give credit to him for the things that I have learned, because I've listened and I've studied his stuff for 5 years now. What do we have? So yep, challenges and stormy goes right along with it, regarding some type of love relationship or something that you love, and you have to be trusting of this new opportunity in this direction to go. This could be wrapping up, getting free from some type of situation that has pulled on your heartstrings, but being able to switch, like to switch and trust that what you are feeling, or the emotions that are surfacing with this feminine energy, trusting that there is opportunity in that direction, whatever that is. Now let's take a look at, I'm going to use the Light Seers Tarot for this. And we're going to, hopefully you can see that. I can. I'm working with this new angle, like I mentioned with the other signs. I just want to make sure that all of it can possibly, if it can possibly be on screen or on camera. Show me a modified Celtic cross for Capricorn in this January energy with these North Node shifts and South Node shifts as well. They both go retrograde because they are exactly opposite on the zodiacal wheel, and they never go forward. That's why Aries is going back to Pisces. They're always in retrograde. I only split when I'm told. All right, let me get this down and then I'll talk you through it. All right, we'll do this, because I just explained these cards so you know what these cards are. And I know those are probably off camera, but like I said, I just explained those, so I want you to see these cards. Good. I had mentioned that maybe it was going to be challenging for you to say something, or this could be an energy that is attached to you. Yep. Just exactly what I said here. I mentioned taking a leap or trusting enough to transition into this other energy. And that's exactly what the challenge is being trusting enough to fall. You can see that she's having to trust to fall, that the universe will take care of her with this, right? And I say her, but that's because it's a girl on the card. It's a female on the card, but this is energy based. This is not gender based. Tarot is not gender based. It doesn't realize the difference. Right now, there's multiple people involved in some type of conflict, and it could be with the fact that you are wanting to move forward, that you are moving, you are ascending, you have all this purple color. Purple is about freedom. It has to do with like Aquarian energy, and Aquarian energy is Aquarius thinks outside the box, and there is some type of new beginning in love relationship, or something that you love, that you want to do, or somebody you want to be with. But there's challenges, just a lot of challenges and issues, and the integrating of this freedom going a different direction, there still might be problems or challenges. It's almost like she's being pulled away by what these crows are trying to, it almost looks like she's going this direction, but the crows can be gossip or talk, or people in your ear, or somebody who is attached to you, their ear. The crows are trying to wrap her up and trying to blind her and trying to get her all disoriented and confused in if she is going the right direction, if she is walking away from something that maybe they want her to stay. Maybe that's the conflict. Maybe there's just a lot of competition, and maybe your person has a lot of people who want this spot of being able to have a relationship with them or have a new beginning, and people have their own agenda, whether it be in a relationship or love. There could be family members who don't want this person to go this direction because they see that the person, whether it be you or whoever's attached to you, is ascending, is doing good things for themselves, is learning to use their intuition, is trusting, is ascending, is making good moves, because it's about growth and opportunity. And that's what life is about. And when you get stuck and you stay in a situation just because it's comfortable, that Virgo South Node energy that I was talking about, that's where no growth happens. That's where vibration just gets stuck. You can't connect with other people who are vibrating in and out of your life. You can't connect with higher awareness of your soul's purpose and why you're here, and in becoming something bigger and better than you ever thought, helping out community and helping others grow. And that's what we're here for. And there could be, with this Justice card here too, this could be handling, these are right across from each other, so handling legal situations. Maybe there's contracts or commitments, and in regards to some type of relationships, and there's toxic energy over here. This is toxic, energies that are holding you back or holding the person that's attached to you back in trying to close up this cycle in this relationship. Or it could be business with these Eight of Pentacles. This could be a money issue too, and trusting the move forward, and really, like I was talking about, going from this very seated, comfortable position, right? And that is behind, where, I don't know if you can see on this card, there's like, they made a heart, and there's some type of energy within this. Coming together with somebody is going to create a better, more beneficial energy, especially in the emotional department, with this being blue. These are, look at the blue straight down the line right here. This is an emotional decision to leave, even though that this is toxic. It could be something that has to do with family or people that your person or you grew up with, or that you've spent a lot of time with, or they've spent a lot of time with. And so it's emotional, but going from this comfortable position and energetically connecting with, and then eventually, 5D leads into 3D energy, into the physical world, and being able to see a higher perspective is what's being challenged right now. And somebody or a group of people are trying to confuse this situation, as you or the person or this energy attached to you is trying to see things for what they are, that broken cups, broken relationships, toxicity, things built on foundations that are not strong, and they're going to try and walk away from that. And that's what their intuition, or your intuition, is trying to guide you towards. You go from, the blue is throat chakra, and this could be what they're doing too, is confusion. I talked about that in disorientation. Blue is throat chakra, and being able to say it, being able to say what needs to be said on this side and say what needs to be said on this side, regarding maybe accepting a job position or putting the time and energy and effort into a different direction and moving because of the Chariot card, or even the work it's going to take to, maybe there's a divorce, maybe there is some, like I mentioned, some type of legal situation that, and I was drawn to pull these cards for you too. So maybe there's just some type of legal situation that it's going to take effort and work to put into, to finish that off and do that before this leap of faith could be taken. But it's interesting because the purples are all on this side, right? This is very segmented. Purples are all on this side about getting free, freedom, Aquarian energy, that purple. And then here down the middle is about speaking up, right? Speaking up, she's wearing blue, speaking up about some type of new beginning that you or somebody else is emotional about wanting. And then this section is all about heart chakra, finding a place, well, and that lines up with divine feminine, because that is that feminine energy. And this is a balancing between heart and mind, between love and logic, just like the other reads as well. Let's find, and I find it fascinating that the green and blue on this side coordinates with this side. The green and the blue are challenges for you, Capricorn, in this January energy, or it could be an energy attached to you that maybe you might be waiting for, or, and you shouldn't be waiting, but that you anticipate, but somebody or you are having trouble with the speaking how you feel, the blue and the green. Let's find out what this could be about. What could this be about for Capricorn in January? That there's a struggle with speaking and being vulnerable with truths, being vulnerable about true feelings about something. There's that green again, right? Green. Hold on just 1 second and we'll go through these. And then traffic light was at the bottom. This reevaluation, right? And being able to really truly know what it is that you want on this side. And this is walking away from toxic or dead end situations, just like we were talking about, right? Exactly why tarot and oracles are so perfect. And kitchen sink says blinded to something everyone else sees. And she is blinded to whatever toxicity, behaviors, habits, holding on to unnecessary feelings, feeling overwhelmed, just like chaos or like this hot mess. And that's that kind of energy that's been playing out through all of my reads. Is on the left side, there's like this chaotic or like just this mess that's been created. There's dirty water, there's dirty emotions, dirty offers, dirty, and when I say dirty emotions, I just mean maybe people lying about their emotions or not speaking up, or there could be betrayals as well, but mourning over losses on this side, somehow losses of opportunities, potentially you or whoever's attached to you went a certain direction and was sorely disappointed in what they thought was going to work out. And now you or this person is trying to get free from that energy, and the universe is trying to help you see it for what it is, take off that blindfold. But then you've got this peace sign in the blanket, which I love, because you go from being very open and vulnerable, and the kitchen sink is in reverse, right? And trying to remove difficulties in regards to just maybe this could be just survival, right? Because we look at utilities being trash and water and like plumbing in our homes and stuff like that. So this could be with a home or with stability or with money, like I mentioned. But again, then you get peace sign and blanket. And as this transition happens, it shows that the universe is going to be bringing the strength and the stamina to solve these problems and come up with solutions, right? And be able to renew. And that's that maybe this has been a very codependent situation with the psychic being codependent on the 3D visual of what you see here. And then it teaching you through this how to look at all these circles. There is a closing of the cycle where you eventually circle, 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 where and circle, and circle, and circle, 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 say that 10 times fast, and circle, circle, circle. But there's the traffic light, right? All these circles means closing up the cycles, closing up little cycles within bigger cycles. But as you do this, you're gonna find that intuition, and if you follow what the universe is the opportunities that it's trying to give you to close up these cycles, then it is going to bring all the resources needed to move past that codependency, whether this just be codependent on continuing the way that you feel about something, or codependency on resources, or codependency on stability, or even on other relationships or people, however this connects for you. And at that time, you will then have new opportunities that you are going to create that will be your justice, because you're going to be protecting yourself. Now, this could also be moving from codependencies on a job or a side, like something that you wanted to start but couldn't, in some type of prosperity or to bring you financial abundance. And as you make that choice, though it might be hard to move forward, this is saying that when this decision about work, Eight of Pentacles, about work or time and effort is given out of love, because all of these are that green card, right? And this could have been love given freely. That trash can has the lid off of it, right? So this could be love given freely to everybody, being a yes person, and even giving love to people and things and situations that don't deserve time, energy, and that care and respect. Putting a lid on that and being able to focus the energy. And this is going to protect you in ways that you couldn't have even imagined, and it's going to make changes for the better, and you'll start to see that, and it's going to transmute this energy, which is exactly why I'm here, is to try and teach that to you guys, about transmuting all of this pain and all of this difficulty and all of this emotional disconnections or whatever has been happening here into your own power. And it's doing it through love and compassion for yourself first and foremost, because there's just one girl on here, right? There's just one cat. But it could be maybe a group of 3 people with this traffic light being a block. Also, I see that as like waiting for a sign or waiting to take action is what's holding you back, or the person that's connected. It's kind of like, I also feel like it's kind of like red light, green light. You might be feeling like, yes, I'm ready to do this. And as you do it, then you it's like red light, hold back. Or it could be the universe is holding you back because you're not quite getting it yet, or you're not understanding something, or there's something more that has to be learned, which is the wrap up of that cycle, right? A wrap up of is clearly seeing, taking off that blindfold and clearly seeing this situation for what it is. But this is showing you that this is what's gonna happen. Now, how long this takes you is up to you, right? But the universe is pushing us, the energy, the transits in 2025, all of the planets are moving, which is I don't think that's ever happened before, is what I had heard. And all the big gas planets are moving, which is a big deal. It means like that the universe has a hand in what's happening all the time, but it's going to be seen a lot by us within our moves and our words and our opportunities and shifts outside of in the real world. We're already seeing that karma and challenges and mountains being overcome, such as like in California, which my heart goes out to all of them. And I was born in California, in Southern California, so I didn't live there for very long, but my heart and prayers go out to all of the families and all the animals and everything that's being affected by those fires. But there's a lot of lessons and things that people are learning in that situation, and the universe is just really going to put it to us in 2025. But it's supposed to be a really great year, even though it might be a rough and tumble beginning, like the stormy card. It proves to show where we are going to get to a point of compassion and our feminine energy, balancing out that masculine energy, with the North nodes being in Aries and Libra, which they were. Aries is a very dominant, masculine, go-getter type of energy, which we have been living in. It forced us to make changes, take action, move. Let's see, it's this energy trying to wrap up, break off from toxic situations and toxic locations and with toxic people and relationships, and end being treated badly and standing up for ourselves and stop being a no or a yes person and saying no when it needs to be said to protect yourself. And we spent 18 months in that energy of balancing out all of the imbalances in our life. That was the Libra South Node, where we're comfortable with the go-getter, I'm going to get things done that's going to bring balance and justice to my life. And that's exactly what you're finishing up here. And so that was that masculine energy that overtook. And now it's time for the feminine energy to come in and balance that out. For you, Capricorn, for January, it appears like you're going to have a good portion of January that is still, and I say in the January energy, whenever you hit this energy, whether it be February or March or April or whatever, whenever you hit this energy is going to be the wrapping up, even if it's just baby steps, wrapping up that time period of Aries and Libra, North Node and South Node energy for you. But it is on to, you're going to get the green light, and that it could also be why this is green. You're going to get that green light in moving forward, whether that be within yourself or just everything aligning and there being a divine intervention that steps in, because justice is about divine intervention. The world is about divine intervention. The Fool judgment will have already happened when you obviously get to the world. This indicates to me with the justice and the world card here and the Fool that some tower is maybe playing out, and that's what this stormy is. Some tower is playing out right now, or will be whenever you hit this energy. But ride through it and just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. There is going to be a go time for you. Hopefully that helps you, Capricorn. You have a great January, and I will connect with you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.